Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here from the Performance Lab of California, and we have another breakdown for you today on Drew Lock. Thank you guys for sending us this submission. Drew Lock is probably in the upcoming draft class, might have the strongest arm in the upcoming draft class. Guy has an absolute cannon, and this highlight film has so many good plays of him throwing. Obviously, I'm not going to do too much. I don't want to go into too much depth, but really the big thing that we want to talk about is what makes him a little bit better than everybody else, and what makes it so, his arms really more stronger than a lot of people's arms. What gives him that capability? All right, so go ahead and get it going here. And really where this starts is, and we talk about this a lot from a pitcher's perspective, but he's just able to, and it reminds me a lot of Josh Allen, create so much external rotation in that arm. And what that external rotation is right here. We can see how big of an angle, how far that arm's able to get back there. And we actually try to build this in our online throw program for you with exercises. And so, we're going to draw a line here and then a line straight back. You could just see that he has just so much ability to bend that arm. A lot of times, guys, as they're going forward, they're just, they just simply don't get their arm that far back. And so what this does is it makes it so there's just so much load on the shoulder. He actually creates a lot of force out of his shoulder, and then makes it so when he's coming forward, there's also a lot of overall power production that has to come through. So you can see how he really whips it and slings that ball as he's going through the throw. Go to the next one. And really, you can see even more on throws like this where he has to really put some more arc onto the throw. Now, a lot of times what ends up happening, again, this is like a big time thing that what we'd see in pitchers. Pitchers are able to create a ton of external rotation in their shoulders, and really from our perspective, our job is to be able to maintain that external rotation, but also allow them to also have enough range on the opposite side, and internal rotation, to be able to stabilize the shoulder, because you can get too much external rotation, which puts a little bit too much on the elbow. And I wouldn't be surprised if Drew Lock actually had some elbow soreness and stuff going on there, just because he throws so much like a pitcher. So what we're seeing, though, is he also has a large amount of lean in that spine. And so what that does, that makes it so you can get a lot of core activation. If we look how much lean he has here and how far back his spine is, and then from there, he's able to go and crunch and end up leaning forward in the spine. So he goes the other way with the spine, and then also leans over to the side. And what that does is, again, it makes it so you use a little bit more core. So what the core, or your abs would be a good way to put it, what your abs do are bring the lumbar spine into flexion, or bring the shoulders closer to the hips, right? So you can see that he's really opened up here, shoulders are back, and then his lumbar spine, or low back, really collapses in and bends forward as he's coming through. So first he comes forward or down towards the ground, and then he comes off to the side when you watch him throw. Down, and then he leans over the side, right? All the way through, and he does a great job of finishing as well. I'd say that would be a huge thing that I see from a quarterback perspective that guys can work on, is just finish a little bit better as they're throwing. That one's a full speed one, so you guys can see that.
From the empty backfield, lots of time.
Oh, and you can just see, I mean, he loads it up good too, so he has a little bit longer load. See how he gets that ball pretty far back behind him. And then, what the key thing here is, and you can see it a lot, that this is the best view, is as he loads, he's still bringing the ball back. And as he brings the ball back, that elbow starts to come forward. And you can see that ball still going back as that elbow is coming forward. So the ball doesn't even start coming forward until his elbow is almost even with his shoulder. Which, again, that just, I mean, look at how much bend he's getting in his arm. It's a little bit too much of a line. Like, that arm is almost completely even with the shoulder. Like, if we were going to draw a line here, you can see the ball is just basically straight back behind him, and it's all that external rotation. So he has just a ton of shoulder range, and he complements that with also really, really good shoulder stabilization, which helps the throw he throws. Now, he does, obviously, again, do a good job of finishing through. He does get a lot of rotation there. You can see how his hips get going there first, and he's able to get his hips going, his body going. He creates a good amount of force with his body, but really it's his ability to finish and his ability to create external rotation in the shoulder that really gives him that opportunity to throw the ball a long ways, and is a little bit of a differentiator, a separator from a lot of the other quarterbacks that we see. So, yeah, that's definitely a I would say that he's definitely going to be one of the top prospects for sure, just because, Missouri obviously had a lot better season this year, and the NFL always loves to see guys with really strong arms, really effortlessly strong arms. But it'll be interesting to see how big his hand size is, because that's obviously a big thing for the NFL as well. But from an arm strength perspective, seems like the dude has a cannon and will definitely be a top prospect. All right, as always, guys, you can go ahead and ask any questions. My email is Morey, M-O-R-E-Y, at yourperformancelab.com. Send a comment to any other quarterbacks that you might like to see. If you have any questions about the actual breakdown, you can leave a comment. Anything that you'd like to do there, subscribe, everything that you can do here on the YouTube, we'd love for you to do that, as well as join the Throw program if you haven't yet and you're a quarterback that watches our stuff. Definitely a cool thing to be a part of, and something that will help you obviously become a better quarterback from both a exercise science or exercise program perspective, as well as a biomechanic throwing perspective. All right, man. Talk to you guys soon. So much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, you can subscribe down below, and that way you can get updates on any of the new videos that we get. Also, if you want to, you can check out some of our other breakdowns for speed and throwing. We have exercises, also jumping mechanics videos, a lot of great stuff within our channel. Hope you enjoy.